Hi, I didn't feel like setting up this one, so we'll be vertical today. My name is Shauna. Welcome to my channel. I'm basically taking you on my journey of figuring things out as I have moved abroad from the country I'm from, and I did not have a job lined up, and we're going to get the show on the road. But today's video is about, pardon me, culture shocks I've found since I've been here in Malaysia. So one of them is the bathrooms. The very first day that I landed, I did not know how to use the bathroom. So when I got here, my Airbnb, the key that I was supposed to have was not available. So I couldn't check into my Airbnb. So I had to check into a hotel. So when I checked into that hotel, I had just been on a very long flight. I think like 15 hours or something like that. And I wanted a shower so I can go to bed. I went into this hotel room and just got a ton of surprises. One of them was lizards on the wall. Cool. I'm not surprised by that actually, because same thing in Florida or same thing in New Orleans, places that I've been in the United States, lived in the United States. In really hot places, they're lizards. They're little. They climb on the walls. I don't mind lizards. I actually think they're cute. So lizards not a problem. However, with the shower, I'll put in a picture of one such shower. This isn't the same one, but yeah. Anyway, how do you work this thing? Like, I was like, how do you turn it on? How do you get hot water? Like, I didn't research any of this stuff before I came here, so that was a bit strange for me. And I ended up taking a cold shower because I had no idea what I was doing. But I did get the water to turn on at least, so that was nice. So that was a bit weird for me. And then when I came to my Airbnb, they had like this faucet low on the side wall. I may have a picture of that I'll put in. And I was like, what is that for? When I was first trying to take a shower here in this Airbnb, I did not notice, or even know how to use the actual shower. And then I had no one to ask because I speak English. That is a language that is spoken here. However, when you encounter people who speak English, most of the time they're not fluent and they only know like very basic stuff. So that's cool. I should have learned Malay, and I don't know any Malay. So I couldn't ask anybody. So this little faucet on the wall had water that comes out of it. So I was like, oh, this is a very weird shower. Ooh, baby. No, that's not what that's for. That's actually to rinse your nether regions like a bidet after you use the bathroom. I didn't know that. So when I was trying to take a shower, I was like, is this it? Is this what I'm supposed to shower with? No, that was not what I was supposed to shower with. So that was that was a little interesting. Some more things that I noticed is missing home is a real thing. So when I moved to Malaysia, I knew that I would not be going back to the United States. I don't know where I'm going to eventually end up, but I know that here is safe for now. I'm content with here for now, and then we'll just see where the journey takes us. And of course, I'll take you with me. But things that I did not expect to miss was American food. To be honest, I've been into Asian food for a very long time, and when I was at home, it was what I preferred to eat. So yeah, it wasn't until the option for American food was removed that I was like, oh, I miss cheese. In case you didn't know, in Asian countries that large, cheese is becoming popular, but historically cheese was not part of the diet. It wasn't a thing. So being here really makes me aware of the addictions to chemicals, the addictions to sugar, and the lack of dairy in the food. Now, don't get me wrong, there are American options. There's a ton of Western restaurants here, like pasta and pizza, and Subway is here, Domino's is here. Domino's is trash. I don't recommend it. And the only reason why I say that is because I tried to have Domino's delivered and then my food just never showed up. So anyway, Western food is definitely here, but if you live here and you don't want to spend exorbitant amounts of money every day, you're going to need to cook. And when you cook, what's mostly widely available is food for Malaysians, food made, like, they have food that's imported as well, especially their produce, but it's local around Asia. So cheese is going to be really expensive. I don't mind that for an occasional thing. Like right now I've been making quesadillas because Mexican food, they have like tacos and stuff, but much like pizza you'll find in Korea or stuff like that, a lot of it is catered to McDonald's, all of that stuff. A lot of that is catered to the Malaysian palate. So that good home American stuff that you expect, you'll find the brands here, but you'll find the Malaysian palate here, like curry puffs and stuff like that. So yeah, dairy. I kind of miss having cheese on everything, especially as a vegetarian. I don't really eat meat, so clearly that makes a lot of the diet not for me. But even as a vegetarian in the States, cheese was on everything because that's how they flavored everything. So while I do think the food here is absolutely delicious, I'm tired of eating fried food. I'm tired of eating noodles. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I just want to break in that routine. And those are the days that I'll order like some just different food, different from what I'm used to cooking or whatever. So that's a thing too. In another video, I'm going to talk about the emotional impact of leaving, because for me, this is a permanent move. So that means I'm one of 7 kids. That means I left all 6 of my siblings behind. And also I'm going to make a totally different video about watching the political climate from afar, because it's definitely something I'm noticing is that I still have the American mentality, even though I'm abroad, and little by little, I'm shedding that American mentality. So I'll talk about that in another video. But anyway, I just wanted to throw a couple of things out there. Bathrooms, interesting. No cheese, interesting. Another thing that's really interesting, but super not my thing. I've mentioned it in my tour. You can check that out if you want. I'll link that below. But roaches. So when I was in the States, I did live in an apartment that did have roaches. The roaches were about this big. Here, they're about this big. I can't get down with roaches at all, period. I have a phobia of them. I had an incident in my childhood, blah, 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 blah. Me and roaches are not friends. We do not get along. We will never get along. So that was a terrifying adjustment to make. Just the idea that the creatures are so big here, but there's that. Honestly, that's about it. To be frank, I haven't gone out and explored that much, and I haven't integrated myself into the culture much because I left under duress. You know what I mean? Like the political climate was scary. The place I was living in, the apartment I was living in, and the neighborhood I was living in had given me stress for a long time. And then the job that I worked at was not the best either, especially with who I was employed under. So a lot of me being here for the first couple of months has just been decompressing from that. So until I get more into the culture, until I get more into being surrounded by people. The people are really nice, by the way. I think that's a good thing to point out. Everywhere I've gone where I've needed help, like when I came in on the first day and couldn't get into my Airbnb, restaurant owner was kind enough to let me use their bathroom. That was a shock because the toilet didn't flush, really. You had to pour water in the toilet as the flush. That was interesting. But anyway, he let me use the bathroom. He asked me to buy something. I bought a bottle of water. And they let me sit in the restaurant until they closed, which didn't take very long. But thank goodness, right next door, like a few doors down from my Airbnb, there's a hotel. So that really helped me out at 2 o'clock in the morning. So anyway, yeah, those are just a few of the things that I found interesting about coming here. Of course, like I said before, I'm gonna do in-depth videos on a couple other topics, but meanwhile, that's it. Thank you for watching. I know this wasn't terribly structured, but like, comment, subscribe. Tell me anything that you find interesting when you travel abroad, and I'll see you in the next one.